Editor's Desk is your #1 place to motivate yourself, express yourself, and amplify your impact. Our amazing hosts and guests share their stories to help you get where you want to be and where you need to be. And now, on to the show.
Welcome to the Editor's Desk. I'm your host, Brenda Warren. Today, I am so excited because the guest that I have coming on reminded me of a great childhood memory. My favorite aunt, Aunt Elaine, who's Elaine Lancaster in Wilmington, Delaware, used to do some amazing things with me when I was growing up as a child. And one of my most favorite things that she ever did for me was bring me chocolate-covered bacon. If you haven't had chocolate-covered bacon from the Amish community, you are missing out. And with that thought, I am so happy to introduce my guest today who gave me that wonderful memory back. Her name is Megan Benson. She is the founder and CEO of Life Bacon. She is a motivational trainer, a life coach, and a speaker that has been dubbed the PhD Doctor of Fun because of her unique way of helping people find their sizzle. I am so excited to have Megan join me today here at the Editor's Desk. I know Megan's going to come on in. There she is. Megan, I'm so excited to have you.
Oh, thank you, Brenda. I am so honored to be here, and I loved your story.
Thank you. And you know what? Because before we get started, I want to show you something. Because I knew you were coming, I brought my little friend Bacon from a card that I was given years ago from a happy. This to let you know I'm serious about bacon. This is a bacon house. In addition to that, in honor of you, I made myself something. Probably shouldn't do this on camera, but oh well. I made myself some chocolate-covered bacon. I'll try not to eat it while you're talking. Yes, I have a whole tray of it. So for those of you that's jealous, and it is going to be good. So if you could tell us while I'm cleaning this chocolate off my hands, because I'm going to eat this, what is Life Bacon?
Oh my gosh, Brenda. Well, I mean, you just kind of explained it. I mean, bacon makes everything better, right? Generally speaking, when you add bacon to something, you just took it to the next level. And so that's what we're all about, is making life better, taking life to the next level, finding that sizzle within.
What's the sizzle?
Well, that's your passion. It's whatever it is that lights you up, because I believe that every single person is capable of living an extraordinary life. But the problem is that most people don't know what they want. They don't know how to get it, or they can't stay committed to it. And especially right now in the pandemic, I think, a lot of people are stuck at home, or maybe they're out of work, and they're sort of just reevaluating their entire life. And so it feels like that fire inside has been extinguished. And I really think that there's a second pandemic going on right now. I think people are suffering from life atrophy. And that's this idea that, they're not living to their potential, and life is passing them by and wasting away. And that's not what life is meant for, or people. People are meant to thrive.
So were you experiencing life atrophy?
Oh my gosh, yes. For years, I felt like I knew that I was meant for something more, but I didn't know what. And I couldn't stick to anything long enough to figure out what that was. I would start things and not finish. I was stuck, basically. And the beliefs that I had about myself and the choices that I kept making just kind of kept my life here. And years would go by and nothing would be different. And, I was busy all the time. And that just made it worse, because I felt like, how could I be so busy yet still be so unfulfilled? But that's actually what stress does to people. Stress and burnout just lead to this exhaustion and complacency, and you just keep repeating those same bad choices over and over.
So when you were presented with some of these choices, what was your breaking point, Megan?
Oh boy. I mean, again, Brenda, I had no clear vision for what I wanted in my life. And I mean, so
Mm-hmm.
it's no wonder I was just floating along, and it hit me like a ton of bricks because I
Mm-hmm.
finally woke up. I woke up to my life, and that was when I discovered the key ingredients to living a purposeful and passionate life. And there's five. There are
Mm-hmm.
five ingredients. I call them the 5 steps to bacon. And
Five
I mean,
steps to
I'm so
bacon.
passionate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm so passionate about these steps, and I have such a belief that people need to wake up to their lives. That I quit my job. Like, I had a career that I loved for almost 14 years it was a Fortune 100 company. I was making 6 figures,
Mm-hmm.
and I left in the middle of a pandemic so that I could teach these steps to others, because I truly believe this is what the world needs right now. People need to find their sizzle.
Yeah. Now, I think it's important before we go into the 5 steps, Megan, that you tell us, you talk about, you mentioned life atrophy. You also mentioned that you weren't fulfilled. You're trying to find your purpose. Okay. Now,
Yeah.
what is there like one thing that basically pushed you towards creating the life bacon? Or was it just a combination of things that got you to this point where you just did not feel like you knew your purpose? I know that's a kind of a
Yeah,
big question there.
and I think it was a culmination of a lot of things, because it had
Mm-hmm.
been so many years that I'd really been trying to figure out what
Mm-hmm.
I want to be when I grow up, and I went
Mm-hmm.
through years of classes and, just trying to figure out what that was. And I read this really amazing book called The Motivation Manifesto by Brendan Burchard. And that
Mm-hmm.
that really kind of set things in motion. But it certainly was a culmination of everything that I had been learning up to that. And just realizing I'm not getting any younger, you know, life is passing me
Mm-hmm.
by, and what am I doing with it?
I think as women, we often find ourselves at a place, especially when I would say women of a certain age, that we wonder, have we fulfilled our purpose? And so now, as a owner and a founder of a business, I'm sure you're finding yourself in a situation now where you're feeling maybe more fulfilled than you did before. Would that be a
I
correct
feel like a new
statement?
person. Yeah, I feel like a new
Like a new
person. I
person.
feel like I finally have come alive, and I wake up every day excited and chatty, and I've
Mm-hmm.
never been a morning person ever. And
Mm-hmm.
I just have so much more energy. And I think that when you can tap into that, when you can find your sizzle, yeah, it wakes up a whole new side of you.
I know talking to you helped me find my sizzle in certain areas, and I think one thing that I love about your life bacon is your breakfast club, and I know we're going to talk about that later on. But as your founding member of the Breakfast Club, I'm excited to see the things that you're going to be doing with that. And I was excited too when you talked about how following your passion change your outlook. When I see you, I've watched some of your YouTube videos, your bacon beats, where you turn songs into fun. And I've seen the different videos that you do. And you can see that you're clearly living your passion. But before we go into the 5 steps so people can figure out how to get their sizzle on, I'd like to take a commercial break here and we'll come back and talk about your 5 steps. Hi, I'm Brenda Warren, the Solutionist. I help the voiceless find their voice. And I'd like to teach you a pattern for living using a mind, body, and soul approach that will have you enjoying a well-balanced life. I can be reached by email at brendasolutionist@gmail.com or on Instagram at Brenda the Solutionist. Again, that's Brenda the Solutionist @gmail.com or on Instagram at Brenda the Solutionist. I look forward to helping you find your voice. Welcome back to the Editor's Desk. My guest today, the fabulous Megan Benson, the founder and CEO of Life Bacon, is here sharing her story and telling us all about her 5 steps of bacon so that you can get the sizzle back in your life. Megan, let's hear those steps so my viewers can get their sizzle on.
All right, you ready? Okay, so there are
I'm
5
ready.
steps to bacon. BACON, brainstorm, accountability,
Okay.
committed action, overjoyed, and noble acts. Now, there is certainly a much deeper dive into what each of those steps entails and what they mean. But in a nutshell, it's becoming crystal clear about what you want out of life and taking responsibility for it and having the courage and the belief and the commitment to keep taking steps forward relentlessly and doing it with joy and gratitude so that you have more meaningful relationships, you feel better about yourself, and you're living a passionate and fun life. And that is how you bring home the bacon.
Now, that sounds really good. Can you tell me the brainstorm part? How would I use that one specifically? Because you said 5 of them, and I'm a note taker. So help me out just one more time. Repeat those 5 steps. I'll make sure I have them correctly.
Okay. So the B stands for brainstorm.
Okay.
And that's where you're clarifying your goals, knowing what you want, why you want it, and what gets in the way.
Okay.
And then
the A?
The A is accountability. Okay. If it's to be, it's up to me. So that's taking accountability, taking responsibility for your life, and even the breakdowns. But the good news is that breakdowns lead to breakthroughs. So it's learning how to break through.
Absolutely. And we've both broken through here today. So we'll have to tell that story to the viewers one day. And the C?
The C is committed action, because until you start taking steps forward, dreams stay dreams. So you have to step outside your comfort zone. You have to have belief in yourself, and you have to relentlessly commit.
Okay. Let's bring that O.
And the O stands for overjoyed. And this is where you bring in laughter and celebration and fun into your life, because especially with what's going on right now. I mean, you've got to live your life like a dog with its head out the window. I mean, ooh. And you know how you do that?
I got the visual on that. That's a happy thing.
You know how to do that, Brenda? You got to laugh more.
Show me how. Okay. Okay.
You got to laugh more. You got to laugh and you got to choose happiness every day. And you might even need to set alarms in your phone to remind you, because when you get caught up in, you're having a bad day or you're in the middle of a stressful project, it might seem counterintuitive to stop and have a good laugh. But in order to be able to better endure those challenges that we face, you need to balance it with the fun and the joy in your life. And you'll be
My son Alex
surprised
and I,
how
we do a
much
thing
more.
called random. No, go ahead.
Go
I do
ahead.
apologize. I was going to just say that my son Alex and I do random dancing on a regular basis. We just, if we're having a bad day, we'll just pop on some music, and whoever does it, we just start random dancing for the fun of it.
I love it. And my husband and I do that too. It's dance parties. And music is such a great way to tap into, bring out the fun and just change your mood instantly.
Mm-hmm. And now you're in?
The N, so the N stands for noble acts. And that brings it full circle, because that's where you live with generosity and gratitude, and you pay it forward. So you make a difference for one person and you make a difference for the world.
That's great. Megan, how would someone in our current situation, the pandemic is stressing folks out, and it's not a lot of fun being isolated. How can bacon help someone in our current situation?
Yeah, and it's choices, really, Brenda, is what it comes down to. Because, we all have stuff that we deal with. And certainly, right now, this pandemic has a lot of people down, has a lot of people worried and stressed out. But the truth is that you really have to work in that O piece, the overjoyed, right? The fun and the laughter. And I'll tell you about, because attitude is everything. Sometimes I get mad, stuff happens and I get mad, and you just want to stay mad. And it's not like happy people never have problems. Let's be real for a second. We all have problems, but it's how you respond to it. But if I choose to stay mad, what does that get me?
Nothing.
Mad.
Nothing.
So, it doesn't serve anything. I want to just share this quick little story about a good dear friend of mine. Her name's Karen Long.
Okay.
And she faced more health issues than I probably knew about. Talk about being faced with challenges and difficulty. But the thing is, I probably didn't know about what she faced because she never talked about it. That wasn't what she chose to focus on. And she lived her life with so much joy and laughter. And, doctors didn't give her a very good prognosis, but she defied all of that. And she lived well beyond what she was supposed to have lived. And when I think of her, I hear her laugh and I see her smile. And that's how you live an extraordinary life. Be the best thing that's happened to someone today. Be the king of kindness, or
I like that.
The queen of craziness.
I like that. Be the best. I like that. Could you tell me, if someone needed to find their sizzle, what can they do?
Oh, there's so many ways. Just Google Life Bacon. I've got a website. I have a course. Actually, if you want to get your sizzle on, you got to check out my course. It's called the Finding Your Sizzle course. And there's a couple different ways to do that. I have a 90-day format, and it's a 90-day on fire power group format. And so there's an online course that's included with that, and that gives you a really deep dive into the 5 steps to bacon in all areas of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And there's weekly live
Mm-hmm.
90-minute coaching calls in group format. There's a private Facebook community. There's all kinds of activities and assignments to get you results. And that's the full meal deal. So that's like the full buffet. If you
Okay.
want just a little appetizer, a little sampling, I'm actually
Mm-hmm.
putting together a like a little 5-day get your sizzle on challenge. So stay tuned for
Okay.
some more information about that.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. I would note too, for those people that were invited through our Facebook advertisement, there is a free ebook that I did put the link to. And I believe if they go to your website, if you could tell us what that is, they could find the ebook as well.
So the website is lifebacon.com. It's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
And I am all over social media. I'm on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube. And yeah, the free book, actually, that's my gift to you today. And it's called the Life Bacon Playbook.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get serious about having fun.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
all the
that sounds good.
information that you need in there about the Finding Your Sizzle program, how to find me on social media, it's all in the book. So download your free copy of the book and all the information is there.
Megan,
Oh my
one
gosh.
of the things that what?
Sorry, I forgot. I'm doing a free contest. It's in the book. I'm
What's the
giving away a
contest?
free spot. Yeah, I'm giving away a free spot in my 90-day Finding Your Sizzle program. And there's a contest in the book. So again, just get the book.
So download that free ebook. And what's it called again?
It's the Life Bacon Playbook. Let's get serious about having fun.
Now, Megan, as an entrepreneur, how could someone as an entrepreneur use bacon even to the steps of bacon? Do you see that as something that can be used as an entrepreneur to help them maybe to reduce stress or to find their sizzle in their passion?
Absolutely. I mean, this can apply to anybody, to moms, to entrepreneurs. I mean, anybody that gets stuck in any area of their life. Now, I believe that there's 5 basic areas of life. You've got, your relationships, your career and finances, your health, recreation, and your spirituality. And so if any one of these areas is not working, you need to start implementing the 5 steps to bacon. That's how you can become clear about what you want.
Do you think that there's opportunities for parents to use this with their kids? Especially since now we're having to be home a lot with our kids.
I think that parents can actually learn a lot from their kids too. When it comes to the O in bacon, the overjoyed, and learning how to tap into the laughter and the joy. And I mean, just watch kids and their behavior and just that they're so full of life and full of energy. I think we could learn a lot from kids. And yes, absolutely. I mean, when I was a kid, that's when all of those, if you're bullied or if you start developing those limiting beliefs, that's when it all happens, is as a kid. So absolutely, kids can benefit.
Now, as someone that is all about having fun, what are some of the fun things that you see coming up with Life Bacon in the future, even like t-shirts, mugs, just fun games? What are you doing?
I know. I have so many ideas. Like I can't do them fast enough. I know we talked about this. I mean, your chocolate covered bacon. Hello, who's not going to want some of that? But yeah, I've got so many funny ideas for just funny t-shirts. I love funny sayings and funny quotes, and there's a lot of funny, bacon sayings out there. So yeah, t-shirts, hats, mugs, games. I love games. And so I've actually got some games that I'm developing.
Okay.
Yeah, those are some of the big projects that I've got in the back burner.
If there's one thing you'd like the audience to take away from Life Baking before we end our talk today, what would that be?
Oh my gosh, you get one life. You are the author, director, and producer of your life. Nobody else. And if you are just floating through your own life, your life is not yours. You are simply playing a part in someone else's movie. And so it's time to wake up and get in the game and get your sizzle on.
Absolutely. Megan, I'd like to thank you for being here with me today at the editor's desk. It's been an absolute thrill, and I hope we get to talk again soon.
Thank you so much, Brenda. It's been a pleasure to be here.
Hi, I'm Brenda Warren, the Solutionist. I help the voiceless find their voice. And I'd like to teach you a pattern for living using a mind, body, and soul approach that will have you enjoying a well-balanced life. I can be reached by email at brendasolutionist@gmail.com or on Instagram at Brenda the Solutionist. Again, that's Brenda the Solutionist @gmail.com or on Instagram at Brenda the Solutionist. I look forward to helping you find your voice.